family. Welcome to...
Okay, sorry to stop you.
Eyeball.
You didn't tell me which camera to look at.
You have to look... I'm keeping
Oh,
this
is
in.
it? Okay.
It's just the
I was
conversation
like, wait, am I looking here, or
I
is it here?
actually really like this introduction. We are keeping this introduction none other than Ntando Kunene. Welcome. Is that
Thank you so
Is that how you make your grand entrance?
Not really. You know, sometimes very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when someone's going to read maybe your bio. I'm so glad you're not.
I
So,
try not to read the bios, or I try kind of shorten it because I know how it feels being on the other side, and it's just like must I
we're
giggle?
like,
Must I
yes,
laugh?
do I
Must
clap? Do I
oh.
go? Do I agree? What
Like, what
actually happens?
Should I twirl? What am I doing?
You
So
see.
I try not to, but I can also understand how it can seem like I'm not introducing the person correctly, and two, I'm disregarding your work. So it's just like, oh,
I think
where's
it's
the
that
balance?
Yeah. But I also think you have a better understanding and you know your audience and you know your person, the one that you're interviewing. So that's why with me, I'm like...
Yeah, so it's about finding the rhythm. So I think we've already been chilling for like a good hour, like 30 minutes. And this is good dealers. So now I'm going to have to pretend like I haven't heard you say this.
I'm just glad we're
really?
here. Because from last year,
life happened.
Life happened from last
How
year.
many times have I contacted you?
You contacted me last year.
Yeah.
And then I think early this year.
Yeah.
And then round about, when did I go for my social media breakish thing that I did?
About 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago, when you
Yes.
contacted me at that time, I was like, I hope she's not going to say in a week's time because I'm trying to deal with myself.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's actually happening.
It's actually
now.
happening. I know. But you know what?
Much better space.
I do think all things with timing. Your mom was a hectic pageant mom.
Yeah.
She even paused her job to go and study pageant.
Yeah.
How?
Crazy.
Firstly, I mean, it's going to be such a loaded question, and I want you to talk me through it. But one, how did that impact you while growing up? Did it feel like, oh, what a supportive mom? Or it's, oh, why do I have to do this? And now, looking at life after winning every competition you've pretty much entered, what's your relationship with your mom like? And then the third one, you let me know if you don't remember one of the questions. The third question is, how has that shaped the way you mother your child?
So my mom, I think in her days,
Yeah.
she also liked pageants herself,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's that thing of, I wasn't able to do it, so my
you
daughter
can do
or
it,
my son can do it.
Yeah.
So I think for her it was that kind of thing. And I
Yeah.
wasn't the only one entering pageants at home.
Oh,
All
I
my
wanted to ask, 'cause
sisters.
you've got so many sisters. Why you?
Trust me, all of them, they entered a pageant. All of them.
And you're the golden child.
Yeah, well, I happen to win Miss South Africa. But everyone entered pageants. My cousins, that my mom was that everyone in the community entered pageants, you know.
Wow.
For mom,
so
it
you
was a
weren't picked
sport.
on. Like you're the one
No.
and we focusing on.
No.
Wow. Okay.
But I think what happened then is that I took an interest in it and I was invested in it.
Okay.
Unlike everyone else. Because
Okay.
everyone else is like, oh, we'll do it because mom says we'll do it. But
Yeah.
I took an interest in it. I would go out and look for pageants.
Yeah.
And, things that I could enter and so forth. And I come from a small town, so that was a big thing for me. And so when she went to study, it was because we went to a competition in, where was it? I think it was in Rustenburg. We went for a competition in Rustenburg. We drove from Piet Retief all the way to Rustenburg. Dad got us the accommodation. I remember we didn't have a lot of money for food. So I remember the one time we went to a garage to buy a kumbula was i4 or i6. Remember?
It just
yes!
Oh my God. That was your
Exactly.
That was a drink for the trip.
That was a drink.
And
Our drink for a
lasta,
trip. Lasta.
Like it can carry through a
I'm
month.
telling you, it'll carry you. With bread, it'll carry you because we knew why we were there.
Yeah.
So we went to that competition. I think when we came back from that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is, and I looked at all the other girls and what they did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh mom, you know. So she then enrolled in a course to study.
Why? Because you felt like you didn't do enough, or
because I wanted to know more.
Oh, you
what
wanted
makes
to do,
what makes them better?
Okay,
yes.
got
What
you.
makes them better?
Got
How do
you.
I get to be better?
Yeah.
So she then went and enrolled in a course. So she came back as a wardrobe. And mom used to even style us. Our evening gowns. My mom, she would. Telling you, very dedicated. Sis babe. Very dedicated lady. She'd pick the fabric, she'd pick the design.
Wow.
I remember my one sister's dress. She entered Miss Likwala at that time. You know the radio station? Yes, in Nelspruit. She went to enter that. Guys, my mom went to Swaziland to find the bird, because Gola is a bird.
Yeah.
And I think there's some place where it sheds its feathers.
Yeah.
She took the feathers to make a part of my sister's dress.
Wow.
That's how invested she was. The dedication. So I took a keen interest in it, and then it was just her and I moving along.
Like
even even when you walk to the fridge to get water, it's just a matter of
you don't get to slouch.
No. But there will be times where you let you relax and be a child. But there are moments when Coach Mom steps in. Yeah, it's a different story when Coach Mom. I had to get braces, just to get my teeth. Guys, I was my mom's project. So when I won Miss South Africa, I'm sure she was like, "This is my money." It's all me. Yeah, wow. She was that kind of mother.
Wow.
Very invested.
So how was dealing with the loss of your dad?
Yeah.
And how and where are you now in Ntando Kunene mentioned that I don't think you stopped grieving.
No.
I don't think it gets better. It's just you learn to live with it. Yeah. How has that journey for you been?
Oh,
and it's been pretty
hard.
Private, but yeah,
that was hard. I won't lie. On Monday, which was the 10th of October, was the day he passed on. So that was hard, because I remember in 2019, I gave birth, so it was the year before, 2018.
Yeah.
2018, 2017, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, prostate cancer. And so we're going through treatments, 2017, 2018, we're going through treatments.
And you're not thinking death?
No, I'm not thinking death. I'm thinking...
treatment will do everything.
Yeah, we'll do the treatment, we'll do the chemo, and so forth and so forth. As much as people are like, the stigma around cancer to say it's like a final thing, but you choose to just
be positive
about it. So that's what we chose as a family until early 2018. My dad was really sick at that time. He had lost a lot of weight, so we went to a hospital. They, what is it called? They check him in to an admission. Yes, check him in. Yes. So he got admitted that day, and I was still staying in Durban at that time. So I drove, and then the doctor asked to see the whole family.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're like, okay. So he takes us to the other room, and he's like, okay, so I've assessed the situation, and it's literally a matter of time till all the organs shut down. So I won't say keep him in the hospital, say take him home so that you guys can spend time with him. So that was hard for all of us. I think my mom fainted at that time. We walked out and she literally fell on the floor. So now it's dad, now it's mom, now it's like...
Now everyone's stressed. Yeah, it's a lot.
That point, I think I was about 3 months pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
So we decided to take him home. So we drive home, and you can tell even in the drive, like when you hit a bump, it's painful. Yeah, for him. So we get home first day. Second day, we're like, this is not going to work. So we decided as a family, let's take him back to hospital, because we're not going to be able to take care of him. So we take him back to the hospital. I think he was there because the doctor gave us 3 weeks.
Sure.
Yeah, he said in 3 weeks' time.
It's over.
And it was in 3 weeks' time.
Sure.
When we were driving, the one time the nurse called me, because I was the closest one, everyone else because he was in a hospital in Richards Bay. So he called me in the morning and said, where are you? I'm like, I'm leaving home now. She's like, please hurry up. So that's when I knew. It's okay.
Sure.
The hours, and then we drove my then husband when we in the garage, and I was walking out. I think I'd left my phone.
Sure.
And I think he picked it up. So they had told him that we're already on our way to say.
Sure.
So I got in the car, I was buying, and I sit down, and he looks at me. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I just got a call from the. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're still going there, because maybe let's drive a bit faster.
Yeah.
Like, there's no driving faster.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's the whole thing. Drove back, packed my bag same day, drove home, because now we had to prepare for everything. So it was really tough. My dad was like my hero. He was, I don't think...
Your twin even.
He was like, I remember there was a time, we were so close that the time I started working and there was stuff, we'd even like,
you and your dad?
Yes. He borrowed me money, I borrow him money. Wow. And then there were times it's okay, you don't have to pay me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're no longer my daughter. You're like a brother to me now.
Sorry, not a sister.
I'm like, damn.
Like, okay, a brother.
That's a brother. That's like a masculine
like,
thing.
did I go up or no?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think it was that relatability. Like, you're just like my,
you're
know?
my guy.
Yeah. So my dad, guys, I don't think in my head and in my world, no man can ever compare to my dad.
Sure.
And how he loved his family and how he loved his wife and how he was so protective over us and supported us throughout even the pageant stuff, even though he wasn't a great fan.
Yeah.
But
was he not a fan?
At some point, I lost the competition and I cried. And he didn't like to see me cry. Yes. He didn't like to see me cry.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if this thing is going to make you cry, I see you again.
Yeah.
So that was him. Amazing guy, gentleman.
Yeah.
So now it's been 4 years now.
And still
the same.
Still feel fresh?
It's not as fresh as it was, but I always feel robbed. I always tell God that you robbed me.
That's fair.
Yeah, you robbed me. My son doesn't know my dad.
Yeah.
The person that meant so much to me.
Yeah, I got my
there's a quote that I love. It says, grief is like love with nowhere to go.
Sure.
Like, you love someone, but you can't show it.
Like, what do you do with it?
What do you do with it? It's just love that's just flying around. You can't put it anywhere.
Sure. Do you talk to your son about your dad?
I do. He knows. Like, I've got his picture in my office. I've got his picture on my phone. He knows it's Kulu, it's Gogo. Yeah. So
you tell
I gave him his name as well, his second name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's just like, because my dad passed on, I was 6 months pregnant at that time.
Yeah.
So imagine I was going through so much and I'm 6 months pregnant.
Your baby is a miracle.
I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Like a whole miracle.
Yeah, definitely. Oinkosi is, he's my,
And
my
how has
world.
your relationship with your mom changed since then?
Whew, okay.
Do you still see her as...
Often?
No, not necessarily as mom the hero. Because for me, I think my mom and I have had very vulnerable moments that shifted... she's led me into her pain. And it shifted the way I see her now. Where it was just... mom the hero, mom who gets... Yes, we had a good, close relationship, but it was mom the hero, mom was there for me, mom. But now it's, mom, how can I be there for you? Mom, mom, are you okay? Mom, what do you... Like, she's mom the human.
Yeah,
not
more than
just,
anything else.
Yeah, more than anything else now.
That's, I think, with my sisters and I, and my brother as well, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That mom has now become... We need to check up on her.
Yeah.
We need to know what's going on and are you okay?
Yeah.
And we have to listen to her when she misses dad. We have to get on the phone and she wants to talk about
And she
him.
has to have her moment outside of you. Yeah.
But she's a strong lady. I love her.
What does the future look like for you? MBA, business, like... Yo.
But you know what? Also, I'll take you back to my dad's experience. I had my dad my whole life, right?
Yeah.
And he was there for every single
Yeah.
thing. From when I was 5 till I was, even when I got married, my dad was there.
Yeah.
But when things started going,
downhill.
He was not there. And that's what hurts me the most. I'm just like, why take him away when you know that this is a point in my life where I'm possibly going to need my dad a lot?
Yeah.
And he was not there.
Yeah.
So now it's just like,
what now?
What now?
Yeah.
You know, this is a person I spoke to every day.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling a certain way, I will call my dad. And now I can't. I don't have that dad guidance that will take me through having my son, moving from Joburg, processing my life's events, having to start from scratch.
Like, what now?
Where's my dad?
Yeah,
I just want my dad.
Yeah.
I just want my dad.
Have you found the answer? Or
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
What's
I'm
your
not
answer?
sure. I think there's, you know how God, there's this thing of, I am the Father, right?
Yeah.
So for my whole life, my father has been my father.
Yeah.
I've had the physical representation of what a father is and what a father does.
Yeah.
And I've had that physical aspect. So now I had to transition
Sure.
from a physical one to a spiritual father.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it was that. It was maybe saying, allow me to be
be
your
your
father.
father. Yeah.
I'll take the physical one.
Yeah.
But I'll be your spiritual one. So, and I think that understanding of my physical father gave me a better understanding of my spiritual father, because I know the role of a dad and a father and what he does. So
how he supports, how he's there, how you can just go to him as you are.
So it's also like, even my spiritual father, it's the same
thing. How do you define spirituality?
Honesty with God.
Beautiful.
I define it as
I love hearing everyone's definition of spirituality, because everyone's is so different, but everyone's is so valid. And for me, that solidifies how real God is, because how can we all have different lives and different ideas, but your answer and my answer can both coexist?
For me, it's honesty. It's going to God at your honest form and say,
this is it.
This is it. You know, you gave me this, or you took this, and this is where I am. Where to now? I'm not going to act like I've got this part of my area figured out. What do I do now? Okay, you made me go through this. Help me recover now.
Where to from here?
Yes, where to from here? What do I do now? So for me, it's always that it's honesty. It's honesty.
What's the hardest lesson you've had to learn?
Okay, I actually know what's the hardest lesson I've had to learn. I'll try articulate it properly. Just gathering my thoughts. The hardest lesson for me has been, it won't always be how you imagined it to be. That's the hardest lesson. And how do you reconcile? How do you reconcile that this? Because I think when we go through life, we've got certain pictures of how things should look out. This is how it should be, and then it doesn't. How do you reconcile? So the hardest part for me in my life has been that. How do I reconcile something that
I thought should look like this?
Yes, I thought it should look like this. For instance, I think I had a fairly good upbringing. I went to school, graduated. My life, going. And then there comes a point in my life where everything goes bad. I'm like, wait a minute.
When did this go sideways?
It was from 2018. From 2018, things just went south. I was just like, okay, this is not how I imagined. This is not how it was supposed to happen. Get me out of this. This is not the image I had. This was not the image. When you get married, it's like, sure, this is going to be forever. And then it's not. Like, wait.
And there's nothing you can do.
And then there's nothing you can do. And then there's a child. Wait, I grew up in a family with mom and dad that I saw each and every day.
What does this mean now?
What does this mean for my child? He's not going to have that. Well, maybe he's not having it right now. But now it's reconciling all of that to say, this is the kind of family I grew up in. And now it's like, you live the complete opposite. So how do you reconcile to be happy in the space? Not happy necessarily, but to be content. To be in the space that to kind of deal with the cards that are here now.
Are you still learning it?
I'm still learning it.
Okay.
I'm
still
doing
great.
I think so too.
I think you're doing amazing.
I think so too.
You're gonna have to come back. I've still got like truckloads of questions, and we've maxed out our time. But
damn,
I know, it's not fair. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few words of wisdom. What's a quote or a verse you live by? These have to be quick answers. You can't gather your thoughts.
Okay, true. A verse I live by is, what the Lord has started, He will finish.
Okay, amen. That's it. 3 books or podcasts that have changed your life.
I actually love your podcast.
Oh, really? Do you listen to it all the time?
Yes.
Can I quiz you on it?
Like the mental health we had not so long ago,
Okay. All right, yes.
Oh, and the D word one that you guys just did now, I enjoyed that too.
Okay.
It's yours.
Yeah.
One LA. I love church.
Okay, one LA, yeah.
Stephen Furtick.
Okay, Stephen.
Those are my
Let's go
podcasts.
to Sarah Jake's event next year.
When?
Next year.
I was next year. I would absolutely love to.
Okay, thank you.
I'd absolutely love to.
Last question. A wise woman once said,
Live your best life.
Live your best life. And that's it for today's conversation. I wanted to end. I've been talking to her since she arrived, and I still want to talk to her. But, man, you've been amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Top 10. Not 10.
Not 10.
Is that how they say it?
Yeah,
no, top 2, not 2.
Not 2, yes.
Why did I take it to 10?
But it's still the same.
It's still
10.
the same. 10.
It's just a bigger number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
it's
love
top 2,
you.
not 2.
Yeah.
But no, top 10, not 10.
Well done.
Well done.
Next time you
I
consider
finally
the
got
other...
a tattoo.
Oh, yeah. She...
Finally.
After
10 years.
And you said you were scared of needles. Yeah.
After 10 years.
Yeah.
But I got it finally.
Let's go get a sleeve.
Okay, no.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope it was impactful and that you enjoyed it. To check out the full episode, all you have to do is become a Wisdom and Wellness member by clicking the join button. If not, you're more than welcome to catch the full audio version on any of your podcast platforms. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a Wisdom and Wellness member.